in the irons. Sprinting from that 1200-meter marker. First one out of the gates and showing all the pace. Duran is right there. Also, Jonathan well positioned. Ledley Shadowliners in the blue, followed by Eastbrook, and then comes Magic Sailor. Jordan's on the outside. Rocket Fires along the inside, about 4 or 5 lengths off the leader. Then Alpha Mike Foxtrot, followed by Swagger Jagger. That's got about 8 to go, followed by Hammam, and then comes Red 8 as one of the trailers with 5s wild, 8 or 9 lengths top to tail. About to turn into the home stretch, and Jonathan brings them in. Eastbrook is back in second, then Duran. They're followed by Rocket Fire, who's going to go through down the inside. The outside, Leslie Shadowliner. Rocket Fire's in trouble now with 300 metres to go. And Jonathan continues to lead it. Leslie Shadowliner, Duran is on the inside. Jonathan still goes. Leslie Shadowliner, Red 8 is trying to come through. It's still Jonathan the leader. Leslie Shadowliner down the inside, Red 8. Red 8 coming strongly, got up to win it. Second, maybe Jonathan, and third to Leslie Shadowliner. So the winner, number 11, and that is Victorious, and goes on to score, and that is Red 8. So Red 8 is the winner. Well done to Vaughan Marshall, Craig Zaki. Jonathan gets that second position. Third to Leslie Shadowliner. And Red 8, of course, for Vaughan Marshall, who owns as well. Fourth position is close. Swagger Jagger's on the far side. Nearest us is a mum. And then came Duran and Jordan. Tote favourite was in early trouble. Number 1, Rocket Fire. Came under early pressure when they turned for home, and finishes well down the field. So Jonathan, number 14, now hits the front, but look at the winner. A Red 8 goes towards the inside, makes up the ground, and wins going away. I remember one of my first ever commentaries was in these colours here at Greyvillle, a horse called Ambarium for the Marshals as well. Swagger Jaggers towards the inside. Let's look at those tote dividends. 11 a win, 320, and actually ends up the tote favourite. Joint 1 and 11 both showing 320, so take note of that. Back to the studio.
The penultimate race on today's card has gone the way of Vaughan Marshall with number 11, Red 8, the son of What a Winter. And he certainly did go to the start beautifully. And Vaughan, congratulations to you. And he's won a good race today.
He has, Warren. You know, he's been terribly frustrating in Cape Town, and you know, he leaves himself with too much room, to make up in the finish, and he just gets touched off, and he's very particular on what going he runs on. But I brought him up here for the poly, and he's done very well today. A great ride from Craig Zaki.
He's a 5-year-old, and having a look at him in the number 1 box, nice big horse, but he seems to be, is it safe to say, a little quirky?
Yeah, he is very much so, you know, but you know, he's got ability, and if he puts it together, then he's a decent sort, you know.
I believe the owners of this horse are very difficult. Mr. Vaughan Marshall himself.
That's right, and thank you to Brennan and Marsh. They handed him over to me, and you know, he's come out and won, so I'm very pleased.
Well then, Vaughan, everything on track, champion season with the string here at Summerfeld, all systems go?
Yeah, things are going well, and you know, horses are running there and thereabouts, so I can't really complain. But we're getting to the big ones now, so hopefully we can make our presence felt.
Wonderful to have you in town.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations, Vaughan. That's Red 8. Vaughan Marshall, he's the trainer. And he's the owner, so dinner on him tonight. Well done, Craig. Just eavesdropping, listening to you, reporting back to Mr. Marshall. Nice horse. You say an easy ride, although Mr. Marshall does say he's got his quirks.
Yeah, my first words were, I can't believe he's a one-time winner, you know. He's definitely got the ability, but look, I did hear a few people say he's quite difficult at home, and he has his quirks on race day, but thank God I just caught him on the right day. He played ball nicely with me, went to start really switched off and relaxed, and not the easiest of draws to contend with, but I thought being his first run in Durban, and he's settled, and he's been such a gentleman to me, I just take my chances, switch him off, and if he gets it, he gets it. If he doesn't, he'll come on, and everything really played out well.
Okay, well, yeah, as I said, Mr. Marshall will be thrilled. He's the trainer, the owner of this horse, and it's won well. Just before I ask you about the horse in the next race, Vaughan said he's brought him up here for the Poly. Judged on what you felt today, we should be able to win a few more on the surface.
Yeah, I said to Mr. Marshall he's going to be competitive in these handicaps this season. He enjoyed the track, and who knows if he cracks a good draw, how far he'd win by. So definitely think he's going to be a horse to follow in the season. I think he's going to grab a few more wins, and just a lot of fun for Mr. Marshall. He caught me off guard in the parade ring. He says these owners have had a nice winner yesterday and they're expecting a nice run today, and I didn't click to know Mr. Marshall's the owner. So just well done to him, great training feats, and just thankful for the opportunity.
Well done, Craig. You've got one more to come beat it. I know you haven't ridden this horse in a race, but you've obviously had a chance to work it, look at the form. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting a nice run. I know she was always liked as a younger horse, and she obviously went to a spell where she threw a few bad runs, but looks like she came back to form her latest nice convincing run. And look, she's got the draw. Not the easiest of fields in saying that. I thought it's quite open and competitive, but it's a little bit of luck. I think and her feeling good within herself, I think she'll give a good account. First of all, I'll be happy with that.
Congratulations.
Thanks once again to Mr. Marshall. Great training feed from him, his team, to his grooms, well done, and to my sponsors, Maritz Fontaine and Wilgebos Drift. Thank you.
Thank you. Wilgebos Drift and Maritz Fontaine are the sponsors of Craig Zaki. He's booted home a winner for Vaughan. And yes, of course, I could never remember the horse's name, but I do remember that the horse, the 3-year-old for Vaughan in Cape Town yesterday, won by no less than 10 lengths. So he's had a quick double, day-to-day double as an owner has Vaughan, and that horse in Cape Town, its name escapes me, certainly looks one to follow. But that's it. Red 8 has certainly won and won well, beating Jonathan. Third placing Leslie Shadowliner, and fourth went to Swagger Jagger. One more to come. The lucky last year at Hollywoodbets Greyvillle. And let's have a look at these horses and see if we can get a successful quartet for you.